Welcome to your guided breathwork and meditation session. I'm a Miami Ice Club certified teacher. Today I'll guide you through the breathwork we practice here at the Miami Ice Club. We'll do 3 rounds of Wim Hof inspired breathing with breath holds. During this practice, you may experience lightheadedness, tingling sensations, and you could potentially pass out. So make sure you do this lying down and nowhere near a body of water. Please make sure to clear with your doctor that you are able to do this breath work safely. Please don't do this breath work if you are epileptic or pregnant. And naturally, if it's available to you and if you can do it safely, we recommend that you do a 2 to 3 minute cold plunge after the session. So go ahead and lie down, putting one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. We're going to work on the breathing mechanics and the technique that we're going to use for this breathing practice. Start by inhaling, sending the breath down only to the belly. So the hand that's on the belly should be the only one moving. As you inhale, feeling the belly expand and fill up with air, and then letting that hand drop as you exhale. Inhaling through the nose, and then exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling, feeling your belly expand, and then exhaling, feeling the air exiting the body. And on the next inhale, go ahead and inhale to the other hand. So now you're inhaling and expanding the chest only. And then exhale, let that hand drop as you exhale. Inhale to the chest. Exhale, let it all out. Inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. Now we're going to combine the two. So on the next inhale, send the breath down to the belly, expanding the belly as much as you can until the chest is completely filled, and then exhale through the mouth. So on the inhales, you're focusing on fully expanding the belly and then the chest, and on the exhales, your focus is just letting it go. You're not forcing the air out, you're not blowing it out, you're just letting it go, almost like a sigh. Now you can rest your hands to the side and return to a normal breathing pattern. So let's begin by lying down in a comfortable position, relaxing the arms by your sides and closing the eyes. From here, start to connect to the breath, breathing at your own pace, but bringing your awareness to the tip of the nostrils and just following the breath, traveling in and out of the nostrils, and using this technique as an anchor of focus for whenever the mind wanders, whenever distracting thoughts enter the mind. Bring it back to the tip of the nostrils and just follow the breath, traveling in and out of the body. Slowly start to feel the noise in your head start to quiet. Imagine the noise like boiling water. You can't see your reflection in this state, but as you breathe in every round, feel the water calming down to the point where the water becomes completely still and you can clearly see your reflection in the water. Wherever you are, go ahead and exhale all the air out and inhale only to the belly. Pause. Now from here, inhale to the chest. Pause. And let it all out. Again, down to the belly. Pause. Up to the chest. Pause. And let it go. And now we're going to get rid of the holds. So breathing down to the belly, up to the chest, and then letting it go. Down to the belly, up to the chest, letting it go. Inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. Filling up your lungs as much as you can and then just letting it out with no force. Belly, chest, letting it go. Belly, chest, letting it go. As you start to develop a rhythm, start synchronizing the breath with the mind and feel yourself playing them like an instrument. Breathe with intention and feel the shift in energy with every breath. And then just follow the breath down to the belly, up to the chest, and then letting it go. And as you breathe, constantly refocusing the mind. Whenever the mind wanders, whenever there's a distracting thought, bringing the awareness back to the breath, following the air travel down to the belly, up to the chest, and then letting it go. Down to the belly, up to the chest, letting it go. Expanding the belly, expanding the chest, and then letting it go. Inhaling with your full intention, imagining the water boiling in your head. Slowly start to simmer down as you breathe and release all the tension with every exhale. Now, inhale fully as much as you can, all the way to the top, and let it out. All the way. Letting out all the air of your lungs, and holding here at the bottom with lungs empty. Resisting the urge to move, and resisting the urge to think. The breathing you just did specifically lowers the carbon dioxide in the body, so you can hold for much longer periods of time. Don't worry about breathing. Naturally start to soften in this hold. Drop the shoulders, relax the jaw, relax the muscles in the face, and release any tension you're holding onto in the body. And sink a little bit deeper into this hold. You're almost there. This is going to be your shortest hold. In 3, 2, 1. Filling up your lungs with as much air as you can. Pause. Holding your breath here at the top just for a few seconds. Soften in this hold. Drop the shoulders, relax the muscles in the face, and feel this new energy flowing through your entire body. In 3, 2, 1, let it out. And just take a moment. Recognize the shift in your state of consciousness, ebbing and flowing between intense breathing and pure stillness. Noticing the influence you have over the mind by using the breath. Now, reconnect to the breath, sending the breath down to the belly. Pause. Now up to the chest. Pause. And then let it go. Belly, chest, and then exhale it out. In, out. In, out. Bringing the awareness back to the tip of the nostrils whenever the mind wanders, whenever a distracting thought enters the brain. Bring it back to that anchor and just follow the breath going in, out. Down to the belly, chest, let it out. Expanding the belly, expanding the chest, and letting it go. Belly, chest, out. Belly, chest, out. You only have 2 jobs while you're here. Keep refocusing your attention and keep this breath pattern flowing. This constant refocusing is training your mind to not be so easily influenced by distractions. Every time you refocus from distraction is like doing a repetition in the gym. The mind is also a muscle, and this is one way to strengthen it. So keep breathing and follow the breath, going down to the belly, up to the chest, and then letting it go. Belly, chest, letting it go. Feeling the air fully expanding the lungs as you inhale, and feeling the lungs collapse as you exhale, and constantly refocusing the mind back on the breath, doing that repetition, training your mind like a soldier at war, and learning how to discipline the mind from giving in to unwanted and distracting thoughts. Inhale and fill up your lungs with as much air as possible on this inhale. And now slowly sip out the air through your teeth. And pausing here at the bottom with lungs empty and landing in pure stillness. This breath hold will be a little bit longer than the last one. If at any point you feel that you absolutely can't hold your breath, go ahead and on your own, take a breath and hold at the top for 20 seconds. These long breath holds also serve as a metaphor. When you relax into them, instead of trying to resist them, the breath holds become much easier. Begin to recognize the uncomfortability of being completely still. And as time passes, the urge to breathe and move on to the next thing becomes increasingly more and more difficult to resist. Stop resisting. Instead, invite the feeling. In 3, 2, 1. Inhale and fill up your lungs with as much air as you can, and then pausing at the top. Again, soft hold here. Drop the shoulders, relax the muscles in the face. Still imagining that noisy, boiling water you came in here with today. Noticing the noise is quieter. Noticing that there's still some bubbles, but the water is beginning to simmer down. As slowly and gentle as you can, begin to exhale the air through your teeth. Now, begin to follow the breath as you begin to inhale to the lower diaphragm, expanding the belly. Pause. Follow the breath up as you inhale to the chest, feeling your chest expand as you fill it up with air. And now follow the breath, leaving your mouth as you exhale. Now keep this level of focus as you continue to breathe down to the belly and then up to the chest, letting it go. Following the breath down to the belly, up to the chest, letting it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Following the breath on the inhales, but also following it on the exhales. In, out. Feeling the breath expanding the belly, expanding the upper lungs, and then traveling out. In, out. Belly, chest, out. See if you can add an extra layer of awareness. At the end of your inhale, see if you can continue the breath traveling up the throat all the way up to the head before exhaling it out. Expanding the belly, chest, up the throat, up to the head, and then letting it out. So fully in and then letting it out. Breathing fully in and then letting it out. Inevitably, the mind will wander, but always use the breath as an anchor to bring your awareness back to the breath, following the air traveling in and traveling out. Last round, last 10 breaths. How much air can you inhale in these last few inhales? How much tension can you release on your exhales? With all your intention, breathing down to the belly, up to the chest, letting it go. Down to the belly, up to the chest, letting it go. Big belly, big chest, letting it go. Bigger belly, bigger chest, letting it go. Fully expanding on the inhales and then letting it go on the exhales. Fully in and then letting it go. Now, inhale fully. Feel the air filling up your lungs all the way to the top. Hold for a second. Now exhale all the air out. When you get to the bottom, pause and hold your breath with lungs empty. This is the last round and the longest hold. So if you absolutely need to take a breath, take that breath and hold at the top for 20 seconds. These long breath holds become much easier if you can relax into them versus trying to resist or fight them. Notice the mind is quieted. Notice the water has come from a boil to a simmer to pure stillness. Just as you can now see your reflection in that water, you can now think with a clear mind, with the noise quieted. Now, bring your awareness to your lungs. Begin to notice as time goes by, the hunger for air becomes harder and harder to manage. Feel the slow rise of cortisol and adrenaline and start to anticipate the feeling of that first gasp of air, and also feel yourself becoming more and more comfortable being uncomfortable. Now, with full control, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fully inhale, filling up your lungs with as much air as you can, and holding here at the top. Take 2 sips of extra air, and if you can, contract your navel to spine, sending that pressure all the way to the top of the head. If you can't, then just use your imagination, feeling this energy, all the air going to your head. Now softly, with control, sip the air out through your teeth on this exhale. As you're exhaling, begin to feel as if you are melting down to the ground underneath you, releasing all the tension in the mind and in the body. Transition to a slow, natural, nasal-only breathing. Try to make the breath softer and softer with every breath, and start to feel as if you're not even breathing, and invite the opportunity to do absolutely nothing. Feel yourself sinking deeper and deeper into the meditative state. Just as movement is medicine for the body, stillness is medicine for the mind and the spirit. Only if it feels right, you can bring yourself to a seated position, or you can stay lying down and meditate for a few more minutes. No rush. Whenever you feel it's right, slowly come back to your space. Thank you for practicing with me today.